As we acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land in which this video was created, the Camaragal people of the Eora Nation, we must protect the land so that Indigenous, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people can continue to maintain their spirituality and our future generations may enjoy its precious resources.
Urbanisation is a defining issue of our time. Thousands of people move to the city for better opportunities and a higher quality of life. In this documentary, we delve into the Beaches Link tunnel project and learn why it's crucial to take action now to ensure a better future for ourselves and those to come.
A lot of people don't think the government's going to build this. Well, I've got news for you, we are.
The Beaches Link is a proposed project by the New South Wales Government to relieve traffic congestion, create 15,000 jobs, and prepare the population of Sydney to grow from 5 to 8 million in the next 40 years.
You get people in and they want to take the most of what a city has to offer when they live there, and so you're going to have to do something to get people transporting. So while rail would have been fantastic, it's not there. And that road that runs in Military Spit out to the beach is just horribly congested, and so you do and they can't. They're just absolutely limited. They can't get any wider.
The tunnel would stretch 7 kilometres along Middle Harbour in order to connect the northern beaches to the city's main road network. However, this would involve destroying 1.5 hectares of Flat Rock Reserve for 6 years of tunnelling 20 stories below ground. The chosen dive site has a rotten history.
It was an unmitigated tip from the 1920s. So in the 80s, the tip was finally closed in the mid-80s, and a clay capping was put over the top with the proviso that the capping never be penetrated.
What is the true cost of this growth on our environment?
So the outcomes really are a toll road that spills more traffic and pushes more traffic into our local area, but induces almost 1 million vehicle kilometres to be travelled additionally through the corridor per day.
This is altogether, we think, going to blow out to $25 billion. That's not just a my backyard thing.
So there's 1,000 trees we've lost at Camaray already, but that's just the start. So what we're seeing is just the beginning of the clearing that's needed to basically expand a freeway system.
And it hasn't had a proper process where they've looked at alternatives. There hasn't been a business case. Let's face it, it also goes through and affects the densest school zone in all of Australia.
Public opinion seems to be divided on this issue.
It's a little oasis in the middle of the city, and we go there quite often.
You've got to save as much as you can, but sometimes it just, they can be moved to somewhere else.
Yeah, I don't see any future in creating roads, tollways, particularly in this state, and more roads at the expense of tree canopies.
But if it's a case of moving, 10 million people a year or something through a certain area, and if everything, all that has to stop because there's a quoll there, I think we've got to get our priorities right.
Priorities. That's right. It's time for us to rethink our priorities as a community.
There's lots of different technologies you can employ these days from across the world that are being used to really manage traffic and reduce our car reliance and move us into public and active transport.
I think it is about integrity and transparency. So if those people who are making decisions in government are doing so with integrity, with the best interest of the community, and they're open and honest about it, then I think everything else will follow from them.
We don't need those sorts of projects if we actually plan sustainably.
Biodiversity keeps us healthy, keeps the earth healthy, all over the world, and particularly in Australia, because we are losing our animals at a great rate. We have the highest extinction rate in the world. In the world now, we have only 40% forest cover. If you think that all the animals, creatures, butterflies, wasps, crawly things have got to live within that 40%, and that's being cleared at a rate that is phenomenal. Are we going to let the human race live and let all the biodiversity die?
As we continue to reshape our cities, we must ask ourselves this crucial question: what kind of world do we want to leave behind for our future generations?
If you're passionate about protecting our environment, please share this video and visit Stop the Tunnels and Willoughby Environment Protection Association. Don't wait for someone else to make a difference. It all starts with you.